Hey folks, Jason Wygant here from Racer X. Just arrived in Glendale, Arizona for round 4 of Monster Energy AMA Supercross, and we have now discovered a lawsuit filed near Tampa, Florida between the Lawrence brothers, Hunter and Jett, and their former sports agent, Lucas Mirtl. Hat tip to Steve Mathers for finding this lawsuit paperwork, and we now have details as to why the Lawrences fired Mirtl last Thursday. That was January 23rd, when the Lawrence brothers put out a statement that he was no longer associated with them. And then the sports agency that employs him, Wasserman Media Group, put out a similar statement parting ways at Mirtl as well. Now, through the paperwork of the lawsuit, which we have posted some of the key findings at racerxonline.com and on our RacerX Online social media channels, we now have more details. We'll run through a few of them. Remember, these are all allegations from the lawsuit. Essentially, the Lawrences have alleged that Mirtl took over $600,000 from them. Mirtl did have access to the bank account used for both the Lawrence Factory Fan Zone, that's the VIP area for fans at the races. Also, that account is used to create replica jerseys and apparel and merchandise for the Lawrence brothers. Mirtl had access to that account. They allege that he took over $600,000 from it. We can break it down in more detail here. It alleges that $360,000 of that $600,000 were used by Mirtl for personal expenses. That includes $50,000 on an American Express card, over $18,000 spent toward his divorce, and nearly $45,000 to finance a motorhome for what it says are related European racers in the MXGP series. We believe that would be the Coonan brothers, Lucas and Sasha, who Mirtl also represents. There are also 30 online transfers of over $140,000, described as loans to be paid back to the Lawrences, although they did not have any knowledge or approve of that transaction. There's also $15,000 in Venmo charges, some of which were spent on babysitters. That's $360,000. An additional $240,000 is being considered lost sponsorship wages. And that is because the group spent $240,000 creating replica jerseys with Alpine Stars. When Alpine Stars sent the bill, they repeatedly asked Mirtl to pay it between January and June of 2024. Mirtl, according to the lawsuit, acknowledged the bill but did not pay it. So instead, Alpine Stars dinged Hunter and Jett $240,000 from their sponsorship payment to recoup the money for creating the replica jerseys. So that's what equals the $600,000, although the lawsuit does also mention that new facts are coming to light almost daily, and it might exceed the $600,000 mark. In one also bizarre story, a rider that was paying to ride at the Lawrence's 83 compound in Florida was late on $6,300 worth of payments. Mirtl then took the money out of the Lawrence's account and then paid it into the other Lawrence bank account, which manages their property and track in Florida. That rider was not named in the lawsuit. We'll see if more develops. It says there's also property that Mirtl has in his possession that has not been returned to the family. As mentioned last week, he was already terminated by the Lawrences and the Wasserman Media Group that employs him. That's surprising breaking news here late Thursday night, Friday morning. We're in Arizona, getting ready for the next round of Supercross.